This is Matt Qualls with the Citrus Park Church of Christ. This brief presentation is a summary of the events and teaching in Luke chapter 10. We hope that it will reinforce your study of the themes in this chapter. Remember, you may view this summary as often as you like and pause or repeat any of the sections. In chapter 10, Jesus sent out 72 disciples, some versions read 70, on a mission to spread his word and then receive them back, giving them reason to rejoice. He then prayed to his Father and expressed joy that the message his Father revealed to him could be understood by the humble. A lawyer questioned Jesus about eternal life, and Jesus responded with a narrative about a good Samaritan. The chapter ended when Jesus ate in the home of Mary and Martha and taught that inner devotion to his spiritual message trumped the preparation of a meal. Jesus previously sent out the 12 apostles on a mission to teach. This time it was 72 disciples, again sent two by two. Some believe it was in the area of Perea, south of Galilee and east of the Jordan. As Jesus neared the time of his final visit to Jerusalem, he had an opportunity to teach in nearby regions. This mission was similar to the previous one. These disciples were to heal the sick and announce that God's kingdom was near. They were not to be preoccupied with preparing for their travel. Instead, they were to go and accept the graciousness of anyone who would host them. However, if the invitation of the kingdom was rejected, they were to shake the dust off their feet. This was a symbolic gesture, but it emphasized the judgment that awaited unbelief. Jesus said their judgment would be harsher than that reserved for Sodom, which had never been granted such opportunity. The Jews who rejected Jesus' message were rejecting him and ultimately his Father. These disciples returned with joy, energized that they had been able to cast out demons. Jesus assured them that his authority protected them from the evil of Satan. He then told them that there was greater joy than their power over spirits. It was the joy of being enrolled among God's elect. Jesus then prayed to his Father. Thankful that the truth his Father revealed to him could be understood by those who possess childlike humility. In fact, those who possess intellectual arrogance can easily miss its importance and meaning because they consider themselves wise in their own eyes. Then he turned and told his disciples that they were blessed to see the fulfillment of things that kings and prophets had awaited. A lawyer, one who studied the Old Testament and became an expert in its legal applications, then asked Jesus what was necessary in order to inherit eternal life. Jesus asked him what his understanding was, suggesting that we all have the ability to make sense of God's message. His answer pleased Jesus, in part because it came straight from the law. Love God with heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Jesus told him he had answered correctly. He then said, "Do this, and you will live." In other words, apply this teaching to yourself. Then the lawyer responded by citing a technicality. He asked, "Who is my neighbor?" He said it to justify himself, prove he was right, but in asking he got more than he bargained for. Jesus responded with a story, probably a parable, about a man who was stripped and beaten by robbers. He was ignored by those considered spiritually superior, the Jewish priest and Levite, but a Samaritan who passed attended to his needs. This would have shocked the lawyer because Samaritans and Jews cared little for each other. When the lawyer correctly identified the Samaritan as the one who showed mercy, Jesus told him to do likewise, defining his neighbor as one who was in need. The chapter closes when Jesus was welcomed into the house of Mary and Martha. Mary became consumed with Jesus' teaching, while Martha was consumed by serving. Martha complained to Jesus that Mary's inactivity had saddled her with all the work. Jesus responded by telling Martha that spiritual matters take priority over daily needs and tasks. It is a lesson we can all learn. That completes our summary for chapter 10. It is a joy to sit at the feet of Jesus and listen to his teaching. Remember, if you have a question, you may email us with the question form at the bottom left-hand side of this page. We will reply as quickly as we can. You are now ready to study chapter 11, in which Jesus teaches about prayer and the demanding discipleship that he requires. We hope your understanding increases and your faith in Jesus grows as you study his message.